Hello everybody. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about GPU, here and here. This is the content of this lecture. What is GPU? GPU stands for Graphic Processing Unit. GPU is a processor optimized for 2D or 3D graphics, videos, visual computing and display. It is basically highly parallel, highly multi-threaded multiprocessor that optimized the visual computing. GPU provides the real-time visual interaction with computed objects via graphics images as well as videos. GPU serves as a programmable graphic processor as well as a scalable parallel computing platform. It also acts as heterogeneous system. That means it combines a GPU with a CPU. Now, what is the term CUDA? The CUDA stands for Compute Unified Device Architecture. It is basically a C language extension for programming for the NVIDIA GPUs, which is straightforward to learn, and the challenge is in getting performance. Now, we will be discussing about the differences between the structures of CPU and GPU. In this figure, we can see the structure of CPU. It consists of control unit, several arithmetic and logic units, and a cache memory. On the other hand, the GPU consists of a lot more processing unit. We can see here the green blocks. There are a lot of green blocks as compared to the CPU available in GPU. And there are several controls and cache memories are available in the GPU. If we look into this figure, we can easily understand that the GPU structure has a hierarchical fashion. That means the GPU consists of several grids, and a grid also consists of many blocks, and every block composed of a lot of threads. Actually, the threads are the smallest units of GPUs. And how a CPU collaborates with the GPU. We can see here a serial code is loaded in a kernel 1, passed to the grid 1, and the grid 1 distributes the instructions received from the kernel 1 to its threads, and the threads are responsible for performing the task parallelly, and finally the result will return to the CPU. In a similar way, the kernel will pass the instructions of the serial cores here to the grid 2, and the grid 2 will also distribute the instructions among its threads. So here we can see a real graphics card. The picture shows the graphics card. The model is GeForce 8800, and these are the specifications of this graphics card. This graphics card is basically a high performance graphics card. So in this graphics card, the core processing speed is like 575 megahertz, and the number of processors in a multiprocessor unit is 128, and the shader speed is 1350 megahertz, and the memory speed is like 900 megahertz, and the memory size is 768 megabyte. And this is the structure of this GPU. Evaluation of GPU. In 1980s, there were no GPUs. At the time, the PC used VGA controller. The VGA stands for Video Graphics Array. That means the video controllers controlled the video graphics data in an array. After that, in 1990s, video controller added more functionalities into it. That accelerates the functionalities of VGA controller a bit better. In 1977, 3D acceleration functions had been added to the hardware for triangle setup as well as rasterization, and which are in the form of texture mapping and shading. In the 2000s, a single chip graphics processor came into the market, which was the beginning of the term GPU. In 2005, massively parallel programmable processors were available. And in 2007, CUDA came in the market. CUDA is Compute Unified Device Architecture, which is very powerful language or platform for graphics computation using GPU. There are some GPU graphic trends. These are listed here. OpenGL. An open standard for 3D programming, and and the DirectX, which is a series of Microsoft multimedia programming interfaces. And you know, technology is moving very fast. That's why the GPU are also moving very fast. New GPUs are being developed every 12 to 18 months. And the new idea of visual computing combines graphics processing unit and parallel computing. Heterogeneous systems, which is the combination of GPU and CPU, and GPU evolves into scalable parallel processors as well. GPU computing are performed by GPU and the CUDA. GPU also unifies graphics and computing, and GPU visual computing applications are performed by OpenGL and DirectX. So this is the GPU pipeline. The figure shows the pipeline of GPU. That means how a GPU works. The GPU basically follows some steps during its execution, right? So the first block is input of geometric primitives. Primitives means a specific region of the whole image on a particular plane or space or surface. And the vertex operations means the raw geometry transformed into two plane of monitors. What is first vertex basically? So vertex is a small part of primitives. It's like an object point. And in this unit, so all the 3D geometric primitives are converted into vertices on two-dimensional space. That means all vertices will be converted into 2D vertices primitives, okay, and in terms of vertices. And the primitives, and the next unit is primitive assembly. So in this unit, the vertices are assembled into triangles. Actually, the fundamental hardware supported primitive in the GPU shapes are triangles. And the next process is rasterization. In the rasterization process, it determining the screen space pixel locations. That means the particular primitive's location in an image. And the fragment operation. So each fragment is shaded to determine its final color using color information from the vertices, as well as facing additional data from global memory in the form of textures. And the final process is the composition. So in composition units, the fragments are assembled into a final image with one color per pixel, usually by keeping the closest fragment to the camera for each pixel location. You know, the fragments is basically the primitives. So whenever all the primitives or fragments are assembled, then a single image film will be formed, and the final image from after composition will be displaying on the screen as output. So the GPU applications. So GPU has many more applications in real life. Apart from its applications in gaming industries, GPU is also very attractive in the fields of bioinformatics, computational finance, computational fluid dynamics, data science, analytics, and databases. This is also very important in defense and intelligence. Thank you.